Arkansas bill to make drag shows same as porn in law.
I have a feeling they've never seen a performance live. Don't judge me for what I'm doing, because I'm not touching your children.
Get out of your Bible and get into the humanity.
It was a plea for acceptance.
We belong! We will not be erased! We will not be erased!
As dozens crowded around the Capitol steps to express their outrage over Senate Bill 43.
This bill will impact us so much.
Athena Sinclair spoke to the committee against the bill. She feels they didn't listen.
When you have all these people coming in saying this is not okay and you still choose to do it anyways, that it shows that you're not actually listening to the people you represent.
Even people from outside Arkansas came to voice their concerns of how harmful this bill could be to the LGBTQ community.
How they would feel if their child was told, you cannot be who you are. You are not allowed to express yourself, your style, your freedom, and your spirit.
Everyone in America, this is the land of the free.
The Arkansas Senate has approved a bill that would classify, my teleprompter freezing up, drag shows as adult-oriented businesses and limit the venues where they could be staged. The chamber Tuesday passed Senate Bill 43 by a party line vote of 29-6, Republicans in favor, Democrats opposed, and sent it on to the House. It put drag performances in the same category as escort services, nude modeling studios, and theaters that show erotic films. The legislation would also ban drag shows on public property or anywhere they could be viewed by people under 18. Drag is defined as the use of clothes, makeup, or accessories to present as a different gender than the one the person was assigned at birth, and performance is classified as singing, dancing, lip-syncing, or other type of entertainment for an audience of 2 or more, in a manner intended to appeal to the prurient interests. The bill is part of a push by right-wingers around the nation to demonize drag, with proponents of such measures claiming that drag sexualizes children. This isn't about drag. This has nothing to do with drag. Is theatrical performance. It's art. It's been around for thousands of years. This is a direct attack on transgender individuals and their identities. Since they can't outlaw being trans, they're trying to make it so you just can't be trans in public. You can't dress in the way that your gender, as you present gender-wise, if it doesn't match the sex assigned at birth. And that's a big thing. Sex and gender are very different things. Mm-hmm. Sex is the physical characteristics you're born with. Gender is how you identify. And that's something they don't want to know. So.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. I just have a hard time imagining this will pass any kind of legal scrutiny. I mean, there were, in the old days, in the bad old days, drag queens were fined under certain statutes that says that you cannot dress, a man cannot dress as in a dress, the other way around. But these days, there's no way that it will pass scrutiny over the First Amendment, for example. You are free to dress and express yourself however you like, even if that means that you're a man dressed in a dress or you're a woman dressed in a power suit. Furthermore, the whole idea, furthermore, I cannot imagine how how to enforce it. You're going to drag out a paddy wagon and arrest every drag queen and shove them in there? I mean,
and meanwhile, I came across this interesting little factoid. Nothing has changed. The movie Some Like It Hot from 1959, it was banned in the entire state of Kansas. And I had to check this because it came across like an internet article. And when I saw it posted at IMDb, it's like, okay, I think that's probably true if they're listing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice to see that reigning hog calling championship winner Sarah Huckabee Colonel Sanders and her evil ilk have their priorities straight, so to speak. Now, considering that Arkansas places 9th in the country's 10 worst states when it comes to education and ranks first when it comes to teen pregnancy rates, it's fitting that they would go after drag shows as their first priority.
Yeah, I think to pick up to a point that Bob made earlier, it's about the First Amendment, right? It's ironic that, conservatives who always prompt up the First Amendment, right? Like, don't burn my flags, don't take away my Confederate flags, that they are, blatantly just censoring other people, right? But this is like what they stand on oftentimes to protect their free speech, right? And so it's just so ironic. The second thing I would say is that this is about dehumanizing people. Mm-hmm. dehumanizing people, American citizens, right? We should be able to freely express ourselves how we want, but yet we want to dehumanize and delegitimize who they state they are.
Exactly.
This impact is it's excruciating to children, families, and it's just deplorable. Deplorable to use that term.
And for the arguments that they're sexualizing children, and Faye Watts said it many times, go to Hooters sometimes, okay, and see what they do.
Look.
There was a Hooters here in Florida that did a promotion where if you brought your daughter in a Hooters uniform on her birthday, she would get a free meal. Okay, and that was for children.
That's sexual.
Little bitty children.
Right.
That's
I
disgusting.
mean, I have said it before, all those child pageants where like they dress little girl up into like, you know, vixens, and those are not illegal, but drag queens are. I mean, Sunshine Cathedral right here, we have drag queens performing at Sunday service. Are they going to arrest them too?
I'm reminded of something a dear friend, the now divine Miss Dixie, used to say, drag is drag, the material is inconsequential. That's what they're doing to the kids, is they're putting them in drag. Let's get real. They're putting them in drag.
Yeah. All right, Bob.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the Faye What Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the Faye What Show. Get the week started with me.